And whenever I'm doing research on AI on almost any topic, I usually ask more than one AI, but I always ask the question like this. I say, those are all interesting. Do you have any others? So I gave it positive feedback on what it's done so far, and I'm asking it to do any others. And this is just to make sure that the knowledge base is tapped out, that they've got all its good stuff at least. So the first one it came up with in the second batch, the time machine clean. Instead of cleaning by task or room, clean by decade. Today, you only deal with items from the 1990s, tomorrow 2000s. This creates a natural reminiscence therapy while organizing and makes decisions more focused. Many find it emotionally engaging and less overwhelming than tackling everything. Well, that's again, if you're on a big decluttering method. I am a believer in death cleaning. I think that's a Swedish school of thought where you you pretend you're going to die, and uh, you know you don't want to die when your place is a mess. I used to make a joke about making your bed, like all the time you've spent in your life making your bed has all been wasted. You just make it once the day before you die, and then you die with a clean bed. Probably a bad idea, but anyway, that's the way ADHD people think. So that sounds like an overly involved decluttering technique. I would not use it. The cafe method. Transform your space into a pop-up cafe once a week. Invite one friend over for coffee. Just clean what you need for serving a customer in a small cafe. One clear table, clean cups, a path to the bathroom. This creates a manageable social accountability without the pressure of perfection. Over time, you might want to expand your cafe. Well, you're gonna invite your friend over in little goat paths between your junk. I mean, you can do better than that. But the point about inviting someone over is a good idea. You just naturally clean. I mean, people always make that joke. People that can afford a cleaning person, they clean before the cleaning person comes over. That totally works. There's another joke you hear. Maybe a truism. Before men and women go on a date, a guy will clean his room or clean his apartment or home or whatever, and the woman will shave her legs. I just don't get mad at me if that's politically incorrect. Just a joke I heard. The next one, the migration path. Instead of trying to organize things into their final spots, create migration stations. Things gradually move closer to where they belong. For example, items that belong upstairs first gather at the bottom of the stairs, then move up, then to their room, then to the final spot. Sometimes it's less overwhelming than trying to put everything away perfectly at once. I think that's good advice. Um, yeah, you do that. I did read a book about organizing, and one thing they said that's so simple and logical, I don't know how we forget it. They say like goes with like. You get two items that are similar, they should go in the same pile. Basic logic, but somehow I managed to defeat simple systems like that. Number 4 on the second batch, the Museum Curator. Pretend you're curating exhibits. Each surface or space becomes a potential exhibition area. What story does this display tell? Is it worthy of being shown? This shifts from tidying up to curating your personal museum. Some find this especially powerful because it adds meaning to organization. I can see this one a little bit. Yeah, even like something like a kitchen shelf. You say, okay, I have to explain to people what this is for, what I use this for. I don't know about museum, but that's not bad. The speed dating method. Set up a chair in a cluttered area. Pick up each item, and like speed dating, you have 30 seconds to decide if you want to continue a relationship with it. Uh, period. The quick gut level decisions often work better than agonizing over items. I'm going to put that on my maybe list for certain. A speed. Just a really hyper run through. The borrower's game. Pretend everything in your home was borrowed and needs to be returned. Where would each item go? Who would return it to? This can help identify things that don't really have a home and might not belong. Not bad. I don't know if I'll use that one, but it's worth kind of keeping into your arrow of quivers or whatever, quiver of arrows. So the next one it came up with is called the 3 lives rule. For each item, you must imagine 3 future scenarios where you'd use it. If you can easily picture the specific uses, it might be time to if you can't easily where's the glasses? Picture the specific uses, it might be time to let it go. This works particularly well for people who keep things just in case. Well, three, I don't know. That just sounds like a lot of cognitive effort to do for me. Again, that's a decluttering technique. I've heard in the closet with clothes, and I do have a bunch of clothes I never wear. And I've heard a rule of thumb is if you haven't worn it in a year, throw it away or give it away. That's a good approach. What it said to close out this section was that these methods might sound playful, but they're designed to engage different parts of your brain and bypass the typical resistance to organizing. Would you like me to expand on any of these, or shall we explore how to adopt one of these to your specific situation? Well, I like that part about engaging different parts of your brain because all the logical ones I haven't done, so I needed to be a little bit radical here.